Oh yeah. Go ahead, Tyler.
We are in the process of grading my grammar, and I will get it turned in probably today at some point.
Okay, that sounds good. No problem. All right, since you did two lessons last week for your homework, we're gonna go to page 139. We are getting so close to the end in this book. Not that much farther. Well, okay, maybe a little bit more. But if you look at the whole book, we're definitely more than halfway. All right. This is 139. This is review talking about strong verb, quality adjective, and ly adverb. You guys know that from your checklist. It's kind of cool that the grammar book talks about it and you have it on your checklist, so you have a place to practice it in your writing, which is cool. So this is a review. A strong verb, quality adjective, and ly adverb are three different ways to dress up writing. These stylistic devices add a strong image and feeling. That's why we use them. They make your writing a lot more interesting. So here's what a strong verb is. It's an action verb. It's never a linking or helping verb. It's going to only be action. So you need to have at least one of those in your writing, but you're also going to be looking for those in this grammar book too. You need to have at least one in each paragraph, basically, for your writing, as you know. A quality adjective is more specific than a weak adjective. A weak adjective is overused or boring or vague. Good morning, Dominic. I see you're coming in. We're on page 139 in grammar. So a quality adjective is better. And I know we have a couple of banned quality, I think not quality. We have banned adjectives, good and bad. Remember when we talked about those two, good and bad? So those are banned because they're boring, they're overused. So quality would be something better than that, like awesome or fantastic or wonderful or terrible or disgusting. Those types of adjectives are quality. They give the reader more of an image of what's going on. And then we got the ly adverb is used to enhance the meaning of a verb, sometimes an adjective or an adverb that it modifies. Most of the time, it's telling about a verb, like how something is happening. Quickly ran through the forest. It's describing how a person is running through the forest. Okay, obviously, you know this. All right, we're going to do a little bit of practice down here. It says underline the weak word in the sentence and circle a stronger word that in the list below. Think about the meaning of the words in the context of the sentence. So there might be a couple of good answers here, but you got to think of the context of the sentence. So I'll do the first one. The outlaws ran to Robin's aid. Ran is the verb. It's considered a weak verb because it's oftentimes overused. Sorry, let me get my lighting right here. So go ahead and underline ran. That's the one we're going to work with. The outlaws ran to Robin's aid. The outlaws fled to Robin's aid. That doesn't really work because fled means to flee, means to go away. So you're not going to flee to somebody's aid. You would flee from something. So that one doesn't really work. Traveled, well, the outlaws traveled to Robin's aid. Well, I mean, that doesn't exactly work either, because what if you're a long ways away and you're gonna take like months to get to him and he needs your help ASAP, like as in right now. The outlaws hopped to Robin's aid. The outlaws hurried. Hey, that actually would fit better, or even rushed. So honestly, either one of those would work. Hurried or rushed. That makes more sense in the context of the sentence. So I'm just going to circle rushed. You can pick hurried if you like that one better. So you get the idea. Look at the choices, but think about the context, okay? So Tyler, I'm going to have you read the next sentence and then tell me what the weak verb is.
The hungry man ate a hearty stew.
Okay,
The weak verb is ate.
good. So underline that. And then what other word would fit there in place of that?
Uh, consume
Yeah, there might be
or
a better
devoured?
one. Devoured. That kind of implies that they're eating fast, right?
Since it's a stew, you could go with slurped.
You could go with slurped. Although slurping is more like a
Yeah.
little bit at a time, and they're hungry. So
So I'm gonna say probably devoured.
I think so too. There's also feasted on.
Yeah, but uh, I mean that didn't really seem to fit in.
Yeah, true. That doesn't, I mean, it would work if you guys like that one better, but like nibble definitely would not work because they're hungry. So like you could probably circle feasted on though. Either one of those would work. How about the next one? Abby, go ahead and read the sentence and tell us what the weak verb is. Or it's not a verb this time, it's an adjective.
The stranger was big.
Okay, what's the weak adjective?
Big.
Good. So what other one would work?
I think gigantic.
Yeah,
Very like
that would work. Towering, that would probably work too. That just means like tall, really tall or broad. Roomy does not work. That's more like when you're talking about like a space in maybe the car, like, oh, this car is roomy. He wouldn't say that about a guy or a stranger. Huge might work. So there's some other choices here. Just don't pick roomy. That's probably the one that doesn't work. And then how about the next one? How about Ryan do the next one?
Hello?
There you
Okay,
go. I got you
the next one.
right here.
Robin was a good man.
What's the weak adjective?
Is it was?
No, it's gonna be good is weak. So Robin was a good man. So what's another adjective that you could use from the choices that would work there?
Robin was a noble man.
Yeah, noble would work.
Robin was a admirable man.
Yep, that would work too.
Hardworking.
Hardworking doesn't exactly describe how he's good, but
Probably
so that
impressive.
impressive, yeah. I think either noble, admirable, impressive, delicious definitely doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So don't pick that one. But I think I like noble. That's a good one. How about the last one, Ramsey? You could do the last one.
he was awfully wet. And awfully is the weak
It's an ly adverb.
adverb, yeah.
Yeah.
Noticeably. I think
Notice
the noticeably would be the better one.
he was noticeably wet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awfully wet. When you use the word awfully, it means a lot. Is there
Yeah.
another word that would kind of say a lot?
Surprisingly.
Maybe. I'm even thinking thoroughly. Thoroughly
Oh
means
yeah.
he's like
Like
really,
really
really wet.
yeah.
But there's a couple of good answers. So you don't, you guys can pick which one you think fits the best. Very, it's true, maybe, but I think there's a better one. I think thoroughly, for me, makes the most sense to give an image. Good job, you guys. All right, that's just some practice on some words, different types of words. Let's go to page 141. And I'm going to have Reagan read the sentence today. Go ahead.
Although the giant moved quickly, Robin's men dragged him to the water. He struggled furiously.
Okay, good. Your vocabulary word is struggled, means to fight with an opponent or adversary. So he struggled. He had trouble in the water. So let's go ahead and check vocabulary. So we've got two articles. Go ahead and find those and label those. Dominic, when you're ready, if your mic works today, go ahead and find the three nouns. Uh-oh, I can't hear you.
He's putting it in the chat.
Oh, okay. I don't know why your mic just doesn't want to work sometimes. Okay, Robin, yes. Actually, Robin's is going to be an adjective because of that S. It's Robin's men. Men is a noun, but not Robin. Giant, yes. One more. There you go. Water. You got it. Good. I don't know why your mic's not working. Maybe you guys can work on that for next time. Um, Pronouns. Let's see, where are we at? Tyler, how about the pronouns?
Him,
Yep,
he,
good. That's it. Abby, the adjective.
Robins,
Robins, and we need something on that word. What do we need?
an apostrophe.
Yes, so apostrophe S. That's why that is not a noun. It's telling whose men it is, so that makes it an adjective. Very good. Adverb, Ryan. Two adverbs.
The adverbs, huh? Quickly
Yes,
and furiously.
good. Nice. I'm going to skip prepositional phrases for a minute, Reagan, but what is the adverb clause? That's the Asia one.
The adverb clause is although the giant moved quickly.
Yes, nice. That's the adverb clause. And there's let's see. I'm gonna have Dominic go ahead and write the verbs in the chat. There's 1, 2, 3 verbs in here. And then after he finds the verbs, Tyler, I'm gonna have you find the subjects. Verbs and subjects are what we're looking at now. Yep, dragged is one. I think Alex is coming in. Oops, hold on. Struggled, yep. One more. Not quickly because it's already labeled as an adverb. But there's another verb that ends in ed. Hi, Alex. We're on page 141. There you go. Moved is a verb. Good. All right. And then Tyler, who's the subjects in this sentence?
uh, uh giant,
Good. Giant moved. Who dragged?
May,
Men. Men dragged. And then who struggled?
he struggled.
Nice. Good. So those are the pairs that go together. Now we need the main clauses. Abby, where are the main clauses at?
Robin's men dragged him to the water,
Good. That's one.
and then he struggled furiously.
Good. That's two. And the prepositional phrase, Reagan. Actually, sorry, Ryan's turn. Ryan, where's the prepositional phrase?
The prepositional phrase. Let's see. Although the giant moved, no, that has a verb in it.
Good. Good catch.
To the water.
There you go. You got it. To the water. I like how you figured that out. And by the way, did you guys notice there's two main clauses back to back? You can't do that without either putting a conjunction in there, which is not on our list, or a period. So this is where the period is going to go. So we're going to take out the comma and put in a period between water and he. These are two separate sentences. So now we have two openers. So Ramsey, what two openers do we have here?
Subject and a causal.
Okay, the second sentence is a subject. That's a number one.
Okay, one.
Oh, actually, I stand corrected. It is not. How many words are in that sentence?
Oh, it's a very short sentence. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
Yes,
I think that's a bit wrong.
yeah, thank you. As soon as I wrote it, I was like, wait a second. He struggled furiously has three words, so it's a 6 VSS. And then what's the other opener right here, Ramsey?
A causal.
Clausal. What number is that one?
5.
Good, because it's an adverb clause. So clausal. Good. Got that. End marks, we fixed one. Let's put the other end mark here. That's two end marks. Took out one comma. So let's see. Reagan, where's the other comma rule?
The other one would be the giant moved quickly, comma, Ramad's men dragged him to the water.
Yes, so after quickly, I can't show you because I've got too much stuff going on right there, but right after quickly should be another comma. And then the capitals, although, and Robbins, and he. Any questions about today's grammar or any grammar that you worked on? I know you had a bunch to work on this last week. Any questions about grammar? If not, just shake your head no for me so I know you don't have any questions. Yes, Alex.
So I didn't get to turn it in yesterday, but
Okay.
today.
Okay. That's exactly what Tyler said. So you're in the same boat. That's all right. Turn it in when you can. Anything else? Okay, so Alex, did your mom get a chance to print you a packet for today's class?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
but I
Um,
didn't bring it. Uh, uh, we're almost home, so
Okay, that's okay. You can get it when you get home. I want you guys to put away your grammar books for now, but get out two pieces of lined paper, and your packet. And it's okay, Alex, you can get it when you get home. Two pieces, though, you're going to need lined paper. We're not going to work in our binder today. We're taking a little break from the binder because, like I said last week, state testing is coming. There, I said it, okay? The thing is, we all have to do it. Well, maybe not me, but all the students in California have to do it pretty much. So just breathe through it. That's my biggest advice to you. Breathe through it and try not to stress about it because it's not going to define you as a student. It's not going to tell anybody whether or not you graduate to the next grade level. All of you are going to graduate to the next grade level. You all are wonderful writers and you know how to do math. So we already know the people in your life, like your parents especially, that we know that you're doing great. So it's just something the state requires you to do. And you're going to do your best and then move on with life. It's not worth stressing over. I'm just going to start by saying that. The other thing I want you to remember is the test is not timed. You can take your time on it. You might have like a testing window time, like when a lot of you are with Heartland Charter, so you might do a Zoom call for your test. And the Zoom call might end, but that if you didn't finish your test within that Zoom call, that's okay. They will arrange another time for you to complete the test. So don't worry about how long it takes you. I don't want you to rush through it. But today we're going to talk about the writing part of the test. And there are two different, actually maybe three different styles of essays that you might get. One style is called argumentative essays. And an argumentative essays is when you're arguing, you hear that word in argumentative, right? You hear argue. when you argue or basically prove a point. That's what you do when you argue, right? You're proving your point. You're going to make a claim about something. Like, for example, dogs are better than cats. You might disagree with me, and that's okay. It's kind of like an opinion. It is an opinion. And then you would state your claims like I believe dogs are better than cats. And then you're going to tell why and give examples. Okay. If you believe cats are better than dogs, you would tell why and give examples. So it's like an opinion essay, but you're making a claim about something. We'll talk more about that in a second. The other style is explanatory, and that's you can hear the word explain in there. So that's the type of paper where you explain why something is the way it is. And like if you were to say Australia is a tropical country, then you would explain why you said Australia is a tropical country because of the weather, because of the plants, because of the moisture, blah, blah, blah. You would explain that. So that's two. You got argumentative, explanatory. The third one might be informative. And an informative essay is when you give information about something. Like Captain Cook, right? You write a paper on Captain Cook, you're going to give information about Captain Cook, who he was and what he accomplished. Those are the three main styles. You might get something a little different than that, but that's the basics there. I don't know which one you're going to get, but we have one that we're going to practice together to prepare for that part. When you log in to do the test with your teacher, you're going to log in with your student ID and blah, blah, blah. They'll help you get all the way into the test. And then it gets to the point when you're logged in and your teacher will say, you may now begin your test. Okay, when you hear that for the writing part, it's called the language arts performance task. The first thing you're going to do before you even read any of the information on the test is build your own checklist. Because you're going to get to have lined paper. And that's basically it. You might get a whiteboard, but you'll get scratch paper. They're going to give you blank paper like this, or you can use blank paper, and you're going to use it for scratch paper. So the first thing you do when you begin your test, right at the top of your paper, checklist. And we're going to practice this now. Everything you do for the test has to come from your own brain. So you're going to create your own checklist. And we're doing this because if you can do your checklist, your grade or your score, I should say, not your grade, but your score will automatically improve. It'll help improve your score by a lot just by using a checklist. So after you write checklist at the top over here, I want you to write the word dress ups. Underline that. The first one is ly adverb. And now I want you, without looking at any actual checklists, I want you to write down as many things as you can remember from your checklist. Just write it down right here. I'm going to give you a minute to do that. What else do you remember from your checklist for the dress ups? There's 6 dress ups. See if you can remember all 6. And they don't have to be in the same order, so it's okay if you mix them up. Just write them down as you remember. Think about all the things you underline in your paper.
Do openers count?
Not yet. We're going to do that in a separate list. So not openers, just the ones that you underline, the dress ups.
Are you sure there aren't 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6.
There's 6. All right.
Yeah, there's 6. It's okay if you don't remember them all. And don't stress over that on your test either. Just put down as many as you can remember. But how about Abby, tell me what you have so far on your list.
I have the ly adverb, the strong verb, the quality adjective, the WW.Asia clause, the who which clause, and the because clause.
Okay. www.asia
Then I have the
and the
because
who
clause,
which. Oh, what was after that?
the because clause, and the who which clause.
Okay. Now, if you guys have it in a different order, that's okay. Does
It
not
was
have to be in this exact order. Just write it down as you remember it. What was the one that you forgot, Tyler?
the because clause.
Yeah, because we have the Asia, but it's not the dot B. It's separate because
Yeah.
clause. Yeah. But
I didn't put the dot B. I just forgot the because clause even existed.
but here's the thing. If you can remember at least 3 things, that's great. If you can remember 4 things, even better. 6 things, that's the best. Just try to remember as much as you can when you sit down to take the test. So remember, as soon as your teacher says, you may now begin the test, this is the first step. Don't even look at the test yet. Put this down because then you're going to get it out of your head onto the paper. I want you to skip 2 lines and I want you to put sentence openers.
Is this
Right now,
actually allowed for state testing?
100% allowed because you're making it from your own head, Tyler. So yes, this is going to help you 100%. I don't even have to think about that. This is going to help your grade. If this is the best, like if this is all you can remember and you use these words in your writing in the test, you're going to do fantastic. This is huge. This is
I
why
just
we're
can't
practicing
remember what
this.
strong verbs and quality adjectives are. You always say I have like tons in my paper, but I don't even know which ones you're talking about. They just
Okay.
come naturally, so
Well, good. Maybe you don't even have to worry about that then. You guys only have one opener you're using right now. Does anybody remember what opener you're using right now, Reagan?
Prepositional. Opener number
Prepositional.
2.
I believe we also added the VSS.
Well, VSS is in your grammar, but
Oh,
it's not
oh,
actually on your actual checklist yet because I'm looking at your checklist from the historical person of choice.
oh,
That's the
okay.
latest one, and it's only prepositional, but you can put others on here as you remember them from your grammar book. That's okay too. Does that make sense? So if you want to put VSS on there, that's your very short sentence, you can. Now, here's another step I want you to do. See where it says dress ups up here to the left in the margin? I just want you to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are your paragraphs. So what you can do is actually physically check off as you include these in your writing on your test. Now you have a checklist. And yes, you will write 5 paragraphs for the essay part of this test, but don't worry, you got this. You totally, totally got this. I mean, like easy peasy cheesy, really. Not just saying that. But now you've got a made up checklist. You're ready to go with that.
5 essays? Is that what you said?
No,
Okay.
5 paragraphs, one
Oh, okay. I
essay.
was gonna say, oh, 5 essays.
Alex is having a heart attack over there. That would be bad. No,
I just died.
come back, come back. No, not 5 essays, 5 paragraphs, one essay, 5 paragraphs. All right, on your second piece of line paper, go ahead and get your second piece out. This is the next thing I want you to do. So when your teacher says, you may now begin the test, step 1, make your checklist. Step 2, make your keyword outline. Easy peasy cheesy. You guys do this every week for me. So at the top, go ahead and put Roman numeral 1, 1 through 5. We do not need topic clincher on your introduction, so we're going to leave it like that. That's your introduction paragraph. Skip a line, Roman numeral 2, 1 through 5. This one is your body paragraph. This one you need topic clincher. So under 5, I'll slow down in a second, so don't worry. topic, and clincher. This is for your body paragraphs have topic, clincher. Yes, Tyler.
I was just gonna say, don't forget when you put the openers, don't forget to put the numbers beside them.
Yes, however, you don't have to use the numbers in the test
Oh, okay, good.
because they won't know what that means anyway. So you don't have to use the numbers. That can just be for your own mind. That's true for underlining and bolding and highlighting. You don't have to do all that on the test, okay? You just make sure it's in there.
It's gonna feel so weird not underlining or highlighting.
Right?
And I'd be like, wait, no, I don't have it. I don't have
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to. Roman numeral 3, 1 through 5. Clincher on this one. And topic. Roman numeral 4, remember, is IV, 1 through 5. Clincher. I know this seems like it's a lot of work and you're not even really starting the test yet. Trust me, this will help you so much. You just take about 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes to make your checklist, make your keyword outline. You're getting yourself set up for the test, okay? That's the most important thing you want to do is get yourself ready to take the test. You need a Roman numeral 5, so I'm going to turn my paper over. Alex, is your hand up from earlier, or do you have something new to say?
When are we going? Well, I'm home now, but when are we going
Okay.
to do like the thing about like how like the famous dead person and stuff? Like, when will we do that?
Oh, after it's not going to be for another couple of weeks because we needed to get this practice in for the test. That's why we put all of our information on a Google Doc.
Oh wait, okay, wait. So how are we? What I'm trying to ask is, so how we're gonna get 2 weeks off of just grammar or more?
2 weeks off of your binder only. We're still doing grammar.
Oh, okay. But we don't get
Yeah.
like extra weeks off our binder.
2 extra weeks off of our binder because we're practicing for the test. Yes.
Oh, okay then. All right.
That
Yeah,
makes sense?
yeah, it makes sense. I'm just gonna
Okay.
stay on right now, but I'm gonna transfer from my computer. So
Okay. Okay, no problem. That's okay. Did you guys get your KWO set up? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. Okay, cool.
I did, except I didn't know you were doing it on a different page, so I
Oh,
had to put it on the side here,
okay.
including this side and this side.
That's okay. I mean, you can do it whatever makes sense to you. I just like a clean sheet so that I can put them side by side, if I need to as I'm doing the test, but you get to have as many blank pages as you want for the test, honestly. So this is what I recommend. Remember this, and I will go over it again next week. When you sit down, you get all logged in, and your teacher says, okay, you may now begin the test. The first thing you're going to do is write yourself a checklist. It's like that. Write yourself a checklist. Second thing you're going to do, set up 5 paragraph KWO. Boom, you're ready. Now you open up your test and you start reading. Now I'm just going to show you kind of quickly what this is going to look like on the computer. I know you guys are in an older grade now, so you've done it before, so this isn't going to be new to you.
looks so cool.
Say that again, Alex.
Can I like keep my mom's phone on because that looks
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine, no problem. This and some students are saying that this stresses them out just seeing this. Okay, so if this is stressing you out, just take some deep breaths. You're going to be okay. I promise you. I'm telling you as your teacher, you're going to be okay. I'm going to just log in kind of quickly just to get to where I want to show you something. And I know some of you are in different grades. I'm going to choose this grade, 7. So if you're in 7th grade, if you're not in 7th grade, don't worry about it because these are all similar practice tests, okay? So don't worry if you're not in 7th grade. All right, this is the list of tests that you will your teacher will arrange for you. The one that has the writing is called ELA Performance Task. Just gonna go through this really quick, this setup. You guys remember this part?
This is way better.
Dun, 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 dun. That one. Okay. Oops. Oh, it didn't let me go. Hold on. All right. This is how it's going to look when your teacher says, okay, it's time to start. After you wrote your checklist, after you wrote your KWO, here is what we're going to, your assignment for practice. Notice on the left, student directions, napping, explanatory, performance task. So this one's going to be explaining. It's like an informative test. You're going to, I mean, an essay. So you're going to explain something about napping. That's all you know so far. And when you look on the right side, do you see where it says 1 and 2 on the right side of the screen? There are 2 sections to this part of the test. This is part 1, but there's 2 sections here. The first thing, once you log in and get ready, you're going to read what's under 1 here. So you know ahead of time what to look for in the articles on the left. It says, explain how the table in source number 1 supports information provided in the 2 other sources. Cite evidence and identify the source of each piece of information by title or number. Now, in your packet that your mom printed for you is everything you see on the left here. You should see that at the top of your packet. Napping, explanatory, performance task. Now I'm going to scroll. Now your packet has pages. This is all online. So if you turn to the second page of your packet, you will see this chart where it says age and recommended amount of sleep. There's a chart here. Good. I see that thumbs up. Good. I'm glad you see that. This is called source 1. Right above it, it says source 1. This is the first article. How much sleep is enough? And then you'll see this packet. I mean, this table. Yes, Reagan?
I think I printed off the wrong one because mine is about astronauts.
I think you got your brother's by accident. See if your mom can give you the other one because I sent your mom 2 different ones.
Yeah, it's a smarter balanced assessment one.
Yeah, it should be one that's called napping. Napping.
Nope. This one's about astronauts. Says, what is an astronaut? And
That one
there's
is
different
Declan's,
sources.
Reagan. That one is
Okay.
Declan's, yeah. So just look on the screen for now, and I'll make sure your mom prints the right one for you, okay?
Okay.
That's the chart. And then if you keep scrolling on this website or on the test page, you'll see source 2. This one's called The Secret Truth About Napping. And if you go through your packet, it's going to be on page 5. Look at the bottom and it'll say 5. That is source 2. It starts right there. You guys see that? Alex, do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're kind of gazing on the baby and the newborn. 16 to 18 hours a day is cap.
Well, it's because those babies are growing. Their bodies
That's
are
why.
working. Wouldn't that
That's
be
like
nice though to sleep that long?
tired day though.
If
That
you
is the
guys,
difference.
if I
But
keep scrolling and you guys turn in your packet, keep turning until you see source 3. This one's called Ask the Sleep Doctor. It's going to be on your page 10. Those are the 3 sources that they give you on the test. You won't have a paper copy. I just wanted your parents to print that for you for your homework this week. But your copies are all going to be digital. Your whole test is going to be digital. So you're going to be able to scroll up and down on this side of the test all over the place. You can go back and forth. All right, so you're going to explain how this table right here, go back to this one, supports information provided in the 2 other sources. This is from source 1. So you would look at source 2 and 3 and find things in there that support these hours that they recommend according to the age of the people. Now, we're not going to do this part yet. I'm just showing it to you. But if I look over on this page 2 here, up at the top, there's this other chart. And you can see here it says click on the boxes to show the claim. That's these statements right here. These are the claims that each source supports. Some sources will have more than one box selected. So look at the first one. If you take too long of a nap, you might feel sleepy. As you're reading through the articles, you're going to see if source one, did they talk about that? Did source two talk about that? Did source three talk about that? And wherever you find the information, you're just going to check the box that says, yes, this source talked about if you sleep too long, you might be sleepy. Or if you nap too long, you might be sleepy. So when you look at the right side of the screen, both 1 and 2 first, that gives you an idea of what to look for as you're reading the articles. Does anybody have any questions about that so far? Just raise your hand if you guys have any questions about this. Now, your essay, so this, let me go back to 1 here. This is a short answer. Right here, this is number 1. You only need like 3 sentences here. This is not the essay. You only need 3 sentences. Number 2, you need to just check the boxes as you read everything. So I'm going to stop my share for a second and I'm going to go on because I don't want to confuse you. I'm going to go on to the second part of the test so you can see what that looks like. I have to just put gibberish in here or else it won't let me move on. Okay, so now let me share my screen again. This is part 3 or part 2, sorry. This is part 2. This is where you're going to do the essay part. So after you finish that little chart and you do those 3 sentences in the short essay, the short answer, sorry, not essays, short answer. This is the essay. This is the big 5-paragraph one. It's number 3. And guess what? That's all you have. You have 1, 2, and 3 as part of your test, and that's it. So this is where you're going to spend a bulk of your time. Alex, did you have something else to say?
Yeah, so for our paper that we were supposed to write, that I was in the car. Were we supposed to do it?
Let me show you. If you can stay on a few minutes at the end, I'll show that to you, okay?
Okay, yeah, I can.
Yeah, that would be better. So over here, this is part 2, student directions, your assignment. Now that you've completed research on the topic of sleep, the Journalism Club advisor has asked you to write an explanatory article about sleep and naps for the next issue of the school newspaper. The audience for your article will be other students, teachers, and parents. So there aren't other students that are actually going to read your essay. They're just pretending that part. It's only going to be the people who actually grade the test. But that's who the audience, as you're writing, that's how you should write your paper, as though you're sharing it with your class. So then it says, using more than one source, develop a thesis / controlling idea to explain about sleep and naps. Once you have a thesis, this is a statement basically about sleep and naps. Once you have a thesis controlling idea, select the most relevant information from more than one source to support your thesis / controlling idea. Don't worry about that. That just means a statement like this. Sleeping and napping is important to stay healthy. It's a statement about sleeping and napping. It could be sleeping and napping has benefits to helping you study for school. Okay, that's what that means. A thesis or controlling idea is basically a statement about the subject, which is sleeping and napping. Okay, and as you read the articles, you'll get some ideas. There's some cool stuff in these articles, actually. And so down here, when I scroll down, and you'll read all that when you're doing the test, but see this giant box here on the right? This is where you are going to type your essay. So you're not going to type, though, until after you fill in your keyword outline. Once you get your keyword outline done, Then you start typing your essay. So a lot of your time is going to be spent preparing for the essay, getting your outline done first. So here's what we're going to do this week for homework, because I'm going to assign this as homework. I want you to focus on the 3 body paragraphs of this paper. So let's look at your packet really quick. Turn to page 3 at the bottom. And do you see where it says source 1 and how much sleep is enough? Circle those. Circle source 1. Circle how much sleep is enough. This is source 1. And what the easiest way to do the keyword outline is to use the title of the articles as your topic. So we're saving Roman numeral 1 for your introduction. So do not write anything here yet. You're going to go down to Roman numeral 2. This is your body paragraph. Go ahead and circle Roman numeral 2 here on your outline, on your scratch paper. You can put how sleep enough. That's words, keywords from the title of source 1. Source 1 is how much sleep is enough. We're going to use that for your first body paragraph. You're going to put the title of your article here, how much sleep is enough. That is okay to copy those keywords from that source. Now you're going to use that whole article to only find 5 facts about how you know how much sleep is enough. So that's going to be part of your homework, is to read source 1. You're going to look at the chart. And it keeps going on to page 4 here and a little bit more on page 5. So you're going to notice there's a lot of paragraphs, but you only need to pick out 5 facts from the whole article. Okay? The facts that you think are the most interesting and the ones that relate to how much sleep is enough. How are we going to know we're getting enough sleep? You're going to find 5 facts to support that. Everybody with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're good right now. Okay. You're good. Okay, good. Roman numeral 3, circle it. Find source number 2 on page 5. This one's called The Secret Truth About Napping. Roman numeral 3, secret truth napping. That's the name of that article. You're going to look for 5 interesting facts that support secret truth about napping. What are some 5 interesting things you found in there? And you're going to list your keywords here. Let me know if you guys have any questions along the way. Okay, I'm going to keep going. This is how you're going to organize your keyword outline for the test. After you get that written down, go back to your packet, keep turning pages. By the way, source 2 is really long. That's okay. You're going to read it all when you get to do the test. Right now, we're just going to flip through till you get to page 10. Page 10 is source 3. Circle it. Circle, ask the sleep doctor. It's a letter. Ask the sleep doctor. So source number 3 is going to be right here, your 3rd body paragraph, right here, Roman numeral 4. Ask sleep doctor. You guys see the pattern? That's what you could do for the test. It's really not that hard. It's just gonna take time. That's probably the biggest part about it, but it's not gonna be hard. You guys got this. The writing test is gonna be easy for you. It's just gonna take time.
Math test easy.
Well, you got this. You're ready. You have my class. You guys are good. So your homework this week is looking at these three sources. Okay. These are all sources. This is source one. How much sleep is enough? This is source two, secret truth about napping. This is source three, ask the sleep doctor. Each one of these sources, you're going to find 5 interesting facts and list your keywords here. And you're going to write 3 paragraphs. Okay. We're going to work on the introduction and conclusion next week. This week, focus on only 3 paragraphs, your 3 body paragraphs. And guess what? You have a checklist, a homemade checklist, not just any checklist, a homemade checklist that you can use to write your paragraphs. Use your homemade checklist because you're going to pretend like this is part of the test, right? You only get scratch paper. You made your list, you made your keyword outline, and now you're going to write your paragraph. So we're just going to focus on the 3 body paragraphs this week and use this checklist. And you're working on your body paragraphs are right here. Paragraphs, we could put a little bracket around them. 2, 3, and 4. Let's just put the word body right there. Your body paragraphs are 2, 3, and 4. We're going to save 1 and 5 for introduction and conclusion later. Okay, yes, I see a hand, Ryan or Ramsey.
So this is teaching us how to do the state testing, right?
Yes,
Okay, so we're not turning this into state testing. It's just showing us how to do it.
correct. You're not turning it into state testing. You're going to turn it into me
Okay.
for practice. This is only practice because the state testing, I don't even get to see it. It just goes, you'll be doing it on the computer and it goes to the state, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just practice. But see, doing this though is going to help you guys be familiar with it. So when you log in, you're like, okay, I know what this looks like. I know how to do this. That's why we're practicing in class so that you can feel a little bit more confident going into it. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad if you follow our plan here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And does anybody else have any questions
No, I
about
don't.
this?
My first baseball game's tomorrow.
Oh, hey, well, good luck with that. But before we start talking about stuff like that, we still have some time left in class. So I'm going to have you guys start working on this. So go back to your packet, go to source one. How much sleep is
Alex has the
enough?
most bruh face ever right now.
I want to hear about it, but I do want to make sure we have enough time to at least get this started.
No, he means I'm brain because I have nothing on my paper.
All right.
He
I
was
want you
literally
guys to,
like this.
Tyler, hey, come on, you guys. Take some time right now to read source one. And as you're reading, you can underline or highlight in your packet. That's okay to write in this, okay? You can highlight or underline. You're only looking for 5 interesting facts to add to your outline right here. So I'm going to give you some time to work in class so you can practice this. Read source one, find 5 interesting facts about whether or not how much sleep is enough. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be right here. Yes, Ryan or Ramsey?
So we're supposed to get keywords from the source one, which how much is sleep is enough, right?
Yep, for Roman numeral 2 on your outline, that's the
Okay.
name of that article, How Much Sleep is Enough, right here. So yeah, you're just going to read this. You're going to start here. There's more on the next page. So you're going to go on to page 4 and keep reading. But you're right. The question is, do you find 5 facts in the whole article? And yes, you're going to read that one article and find 5 facts to list here. Does that help?
Yep.
Okay,
And
good.
on the back, right? The
Yeah,
task.
there's
You get,
more.
so you get keywords from that too, right?
Yep, all the way till you see source 2. Don't read that yet. Stop right there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Robinson, we're done reading source one.
When you're done reading source one, you should be underlining 5 facts that you want to include right here for Roman numeral 2. And go ahead and start writing down some keywords.
Even, but I don't have it written down yet. Or should I write it down now?
Yeah, you should write down your keywords right here
Like
from Roman numeral
underline it, then
2.
write down.
Wait, what was that, Tyler?
I said so like underline it as you're reading, and then if you've finished, you can start like collecting your keywords.
Yep, exactly. Does that make sense, Alex?
What was that?
Like as you're reading, he
Robin,
said, as you're reading,
idiots.
underline the facts. And then after you're done
It's
reading and
Robin,
underlining, start
idiots.
listing your keywords here,
Okay.
just like what we do in class.
Wait, for the facts, we like just like normally, like 3 words per
Yep.
sentence.
Yep. 3 words, numbers, symbols, abbreviations, those are all free. Just like what we've been doing in class. So you're just looking for facts that are interesting to you that to support how do we know we get enough sleep? Okay, go ahead and finish up the word you're working on. I know you're not done yet. That's okay. I want to talk to you about one more thing. And I did record this if you need to go back and scrub through the recording and find information you need from me. But I don't want you guys to stop reading if you find your 5 facts early on in the article, don't stop. I want you to read the whole article because maybe toward the end there's better facts. So if you find like you're underlining, you find good stuff, let's say you picked out 9 facts that you really thought were cool or interesting in the article, that's okay. You have 9. Pick your 5 best out of those, your 5 favorites out of those, okay? I don't want you to just stop reading after you find 5. Does that make sense to everybody? You really got to read the whole thing. Pick out your 5 favorites. And that's what you're going to record here. And it's going to support how do we know we get enough sleep? That's what you're looking for. How can we explain that? How do we know we get enough sleep? And then this week for homework, you're going to finish Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, and Roman numeral 4. That is source 1. You just read that. Source 2 and source 3. Source 2 is the longest. There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. So as you're reading source number 2, read the whole thing and look for what is the secret truth about napping? How can you support that? There's a secret truth about napping. Tell what that secret is. What's that truth that you're discovering as you're reading it? Look for those facts and write the details or the keywords here.
If
And
we
then for the
tell
last one, hold on just a second. And then after you get done doing 2, 3, and 4, you're writing 3 paragraphs this week, and you're going to use your handmade checklist to mark off. Okay, any questions? I see Alex and I heard Tyler. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay, so I'll let you mention before I ask my second question. So for first one, where it says how much sleep is enough, we start from the amount of sleep you need. Like we start from there.
Yeah.
Like that counts. Okay. And for my second question, you kind of just confused me right now.
I just now confused you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, stay on for a second. I'll explain it. Let me hear Tyler's because we're past the time. So just hang on a second. Go ahead, Tyler. Do you have a question?
No, not really. I was just gonna say if we tell what that secret is, then it's not really a
Oh,
secret anymore.
well, okay, technically.
We just told it, so
So 3 paragraphs this week, you guys. 3. You're going to type it. You're going to do it as you normally do on Google Docs. Put it in the Google Classroom. Use this checklist that you made. And don't do Roman numeral 1 and 5 yet. Leave that blank. We'll work on that next week. All right, you guys, you're free to go. I'm going to hang on with Alex if you want to hang on. If you have more questions, you can stay on. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Good job,
thank you.
everybody. You're
Bye.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you next week. I'll stop the recording here.